Hello everyone, my name is Comet, and today I have for you the first episode of the Rank Hunters project. Now, Rank Hunters is a project where I have chosen 11 games, and in these 11 games, my goal is to reach the gold rank in each and one of them. And I chose gold rank because this is where you usually tend to find in fact, gold is where you tend to learn what the game has to offer. Even if it's at a very basic level, if you know, if you want to know, if you really want to stick to a game for very, very long term, you have to get to gold at least because that way you can really experience the game basics. Now, this is still not an advanced or even an intermediate level, but gold is really the starting point, and this is gonna be my starting point for each and one of these games. Now, these games, um, if you're interested in knowing which are these games, let me show you real quick. Um, I have chosen 11 competitive games, of course, for this. Now, let me see if I can find the image. Then I will share it to you. So right here, you have the games that I have chosen for this project. The games are Apex Legends, CSGO, Dota 2, Fortnite, Hearthstone, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, StarCraft 2, Street Fighter 5, and Valorant. Now, these games I have specifically um, chosen them because at the moment these are like the top games that you really wanna get into it, and with the exception perhaps of StarCraft, it's not really a top game, um, uh, but it's a game where the mechanics of that game cannot be compared to anything else. It's on a completely different level, and I really enjoy those mechanics. That's why I want to learn it. But if I'm honest with you, this is only the beginning because once I get to gold in some of these games, I already know that I want to get to diamond, and then I want to get to the highest level, which is gonna be something like grandmasters, challenger, or apex predator for apex. But other games, I'm not sure if I wanna get those super high ranks. Uh, and what I'm gonna do is in the first season of Rank Hunters, I will go for gold and see if I want to stick with them. And then if I want to, I will go for diamond. But now I wanna show also the first the, the first plan, the first episode of this is gonna be about planning. Um, because like you guys can see over here, next season of Apex will begin tomorrow, literally, and I am so excited about it, and I'm gonna go in very hard. But I wanna share with you what I will be doing to prepare and what I will be doing in the first few matches. Now in the new season, um, and for those of you that don't know how um, Apex Legends work, basically it's a battle royale where you have a rotation of maps each day. One day, um, for example, you will have my map A, then the next day map B, and then on the third day the map C, and then the next day is gonna repeat map A, map B, map C, etc. Like it's gonna be a rotation like that. So map A, map B, and map C. Three maps are usually chosen for the entirety of the first half of the season. For the beginning of next season, they have chosen a map called World's Edge, Olympus, and King's Canyon. So these are the season 17 maps, and for that, um, we're gonna use this knowledge to understand how the gameplay is gonna be more or less. And these are maps where there's a lot of space, like huge amount of space to move around and to rotate, but there's also a very compact area where you will be fighting many teams at once once the ring closes to the, let's say, top 10, top 5. And this is important to keep in mind because next season they will, and the higher you place, the more points you will be getting, and this time you will be getting way more points by placing higher than this current season. So next season, for example, I think you get something like 100 points for the top 5, and at the moment you get, let me see if I can, right here, at the moment you get for the top 5 only 45 points. So next season is gonna be 100 points, I think. Um, and that is huge. That is huge. You really wanna take advantage of this by placing high. But this also means that the playstyle of next season, just from uh, knowing what they have done to the ranked system, which is now you get more points for placing higher, um, and the rotation of maps being focused on late game fights, I think we need to pick characters according to that. First off, we need to survive in the first rotations and the first stages of the match, and then we need to be ready to fight. And for that, I think on a map like World's Edge, there is nothing, there is no character that even compares to Horizon for late game fight. I think because for aggressive attack, and I think for a more defensive attack, you need you can pick Loba. Now Loba is a character that I may pick in the future, but I don't have it at the moment. And remember, I'm still quite a beginner in Apex and haven't unlocked all the characters yet. But I have been in gold before, and I have more or less an idea of how people like to play and what to expect from playing solo, especially. Um, and for this, I'm gonna go all in with Horizon. Now, if someone else picks Horizon, it's all good, doesn't matter. But my focus will be getting Horizon when we get World's Edge rotation, unless the changes to the map, because they changed the map, don't go as planned. Then I will adapt, and with these adaptations, I will be making more videos about this. So do expect more in the following weeks because I will go all in on achieving this goal. So now I have Horizon for World's Edge, more or less. And as my backup, I'm gonna pick up Wraith because if you need to survive, I think Wraith is perfect for World's Edge because you can hide very well with her invisibility, with her partial invisibility, and her and her portal helps a lot also to move in between fights and help your team move in between fights or in between places as well. But Horizon is gonna be my main focus for World's Edge, and then we need to talk about Olympus and King's Canyon. Now, Olympus and King's Canyon are different because World's Edge. The reason why I pick Horizon is because World's Edge is a vertical map, which means that there's a lot of high ground. Like there's a huge amount of high ground, and not having anything that will help you position into this high ground is like too rolling. This is why I think Horizon is good for aggressive attacks, and Loba is good for defensive attacks if you play in solo, because when you are defensive, you can help yourself. If your team, for example, decides to go and troll, but if you have Horizon, you can follow them, and you can then back away, like get away from there at the same time. I think I'm mostly thinking of Gravity Lift. People usually tend to think of Horizon as a black hole, like I think they think of the strength of it being black hole, but I think mostly being Gravity Lift on that specific map, for the most part. At the end, though, black hole becomes very important. But for King's Canyon and Olympus, just as a general pick, I would rather go for Wraith because it's a safe pick. Now the problem with Wraith is that so many people play her, so I will have to find something different if someone else picks it. And I don't really know at the moment what I would like to pick, but I do have some contenders for it. I am between Octane, Bloodhound, Caustic and Bangalore. But I will have to wait and see what is most efficient. But so far, Horizon and Wraith are gonna be my main focus. And then for um, the weapons that we will have over there, I need to wait to see the full patch notes. And I think have they released anything yet? Let me check the news. I think is this. I think there's nothing this week. Social. Yeah, I think they haven't really been releasing. I think the patch notes are not out yet. I need to check that. But before that, for the weapons, now those are maps that are gonna be more mid to long range, except for the final rounds. So, like, I think weapons such as the flatline are gonna be back again, very strong. Like assault rifles, flatline is gonna be strong. And Nemesis, if they don't nerf it too much. R301, the problem with R301 is that mathematically speaking, I did the math, and it doesn't do as much damage as other weapons. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth it having that. If it's gonna be worth having it, because the problem is that if you go, for example, in a 1v1 versus a flatline, you're gonna lose straight up, literally on equal grounds. You're gonna lose to a flatline. So having a disadvantage from the get-go, I don't know if it's gonna be nice, unless they made it so that getting light ammo is gonna be easier than heavy ammo. And I have played in seasons. Sorry, I have seen seasons from videos where apparently this has been an issue in the past, where you cannot where you just simply cannot get enough heavy ammo to sustain it. So this is something that we'll have to wait and see for the patch notes. So I don't worry much about the weapons, and I try to instead put more attention into the characters because they are gonna be important for this map, for this map rotation that we're gonna have next season. But I think that's it for now. Now, wait, there is one more thing. So once a new season begins, you will have to play 10 matches to have a rank. So I think I might be doing an update once that happens. My first 10 matches and how do they go, what did I do, and how can I adapt, etc. And then from that, I could either do that or simply play 10 matches on each of the maps. 10 matches on Olympus, 10 matches on King's Canyon, and 10 matches on World's Edge. And then from there, see how I can improve and from there see what I can improve. But for now, I think that's all that I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and the season begins soon, so expect the recap. Now this week I will only be doing the plans that I have for all the games, and then on the next week you might have the recap and more gameplay. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I am signing out. Peace.